Namaste to all. It's a difficult topic to discuss in a YouTube channel, but still, many times this question comes to me again and again and again. And I have not made a specific video, but I just want to. I've made a general video, but the question that comes to me is whatever you are talking, and great people like Kanchi Shankaracharya ji, or let's say Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, or Swami Vivekananda ji, whatever they have taught us, whatever they have written, that is not matching with what you say. But you say that what you say is there in Vedas. So whom to believe? Definitely you are not a reliable person to be believed upon, but you say with such an authority that this is what is there in the Vedas, and you say that your Swami Ki Acharya ji is a great yogi, etc. How do I believe you? And the question is asked in a very right sense, in a very polite manner. That's why I wanted to make a video. Maybe this question is there in many people's mind. The questioner is very genuinely interested to understand the Vedic philosophy, and the questioner says that he's a Tamil guy and he has studied Kanchi Seer's book, which is called as Daivathin Kural in Tamil. It is, we can say, as Voice of Almighty God. Voice of Almighty God in Tamil is a very big book, like 7 to 8 volumes, I think, or 6 volumes. And this is written by Kanchi Seer, who passed away, the elder one. His name is Chandrasekhara Swamigal. So he asked me a question that Kanchi Seer always promoted Vedas right from his day one of being a Swamiji until death. He always promoted Vedas, and whatever he has written in that book, it speaks about completely okay to do idol worship. It speaks about various things which is contradicting to your views. And also the gentleman also is genuinely concerned or worried about my videos, and he said that okay, Swami Vivekananda, he has spoken about temple worship, he has spoken about idol worship, and Vivekananda is a great philosopher of Vedas. So how do I believe you? How do I believe your Acharya? That's a very interesting question. See, the first, there are a couple of points. I always say that, before coming to the Vedic path, before coming to my Acharya, 20 years back I came to my Acharya, but before coming to my Acharya, I have thoroughly studied so many other philosophers, not knowing that, that they don't know Vedas or they are speaking against Vedas, but I have studied so many books written by Swami Vivekananda. Of course, he had not written it, but his Ramakrishna Mission publishes it in his name, so I don't know if he wrote it or not. So many books written by Ramana Maharshi, so many books written by Kanchi Seer also, Daivathin Kural. I have not studied all the volumes, but I have gone through roughly. He speaks about many things. He speaks also about Manu Dharma. He speaks about some concept of Vedas for sure, but he does not cover the entire Vedic philosophy, and he has written many things which are against Vedas. That I found out after coming into the Vedic tradition, basically after coming to my Acharya. And in the Vedic tradition, whenever you go to any Vedic Gurukul, there is no force for you to adopt the Vedic Dharma. They always give you the teaching, and it is your own interest and own responsibility to research upon it. The main thing in Vedic Dharma is Almighty God. Focus extremely on Almighty God and Acharya. So when you start your daily worship and when you understand the Veda mantras, like when you do everyday Agnihotra, when we understand the Veda mantras, including the Gayatri mantra, which is never, I'm a Tamilian. When I was done Upanayan, the person who did Upanayan Sanskar, he gave me a cassette and a 35 rupees book. He said, this is Sandhya Vandanam, this is the cassette, this has got all the meanings, and this is Gayatri mantra. He never told anything more than that. And when I inquired in my family that what do you do before eating, you chant some mantras, you chant Gayatri mantra, what is the meaning? They all speak something different, nothing related to Vedas. Even today also 90% of Tamilians, at least I am a Tamilian so I can say, and the questioner is a Tamilian, 90% of Tamilian do not know the real meaning of Gayatri mantra. So when I started the Vedic journey, I did not know Hindi, and it took 3.5 years to learn Hindi. The moment I understood some of the concept of my Acharya, I was very much inclined towards learning Hindi because my Acharya could communicate only in Hindi. And he cannot speak Tamil, and I am not very comfortable in communicating in English with my Acharya. So I wanted to learn Hindi. because I want to learn his books also, I want to speak to him, or I want to listen his, not speak to him, listen his pravachans. So I learned Hindi 3.5 hours, 3.5 4 years it took time, and I learned Hindi. After learning Hindi, when I started listening his pravachans, when I started understanding the Vedic concepts, then I started comparing why Vedas are the truth. See, when this universe gets created, every one of us, or whoever is the human beings at that point of time, everybody is Agyani. God gives the knowledge through the Vedas. So, the first and foremost Swata Praman is Vedas. We have to compare every book, whatever you read, whatever you have, every book has to be compared with the Vedas, because Vedas emanates from Almighty God. Yeah, there could be version of Vedas, like, you can think that your Acharya misinterprets, like somebody can say that, so no, your Acharya misinterprets Vedas, Vedas supports idol worship, they can say that. Then also you need to have proper research to understand it more further. Vedas do not support idol worship, and in fact Vedas speaks against idol worship for sure. And number two, Vedas do not speak anything about the current practices of Shraddha we do in South India, Tarpana we do so many, like where even putting tilak, vibhuti, all these things Vedas do not agree at all. Vedas only speaks about stuti, prarthana, upasana, seva to elders, acharya seva, everyday tapasya, control of senses, control of breath by pranayama, ashtanga yoga tapasya, speaking the truth, eating vegetarian food. Every basics are covered in the Vedas, and in depth also is covered in the Vedas. But we need an acharya. So I have never made any video against any particular Swamiji, etc. But only one thing I can say is, yes, Kanchi Shankaracharya, the book written by him, he does not 100% tally with Vedas. Maybe 10%, 15% it tallies with Vedas. That is what I can say. And I don't have any, I studied in Shankara school in Chennai. So I have met with Kanchi seers myself personally many times, not the elder one, the other two, when the second Shankaracharya was alive, and now the Bala Periyava who is there. So I met with them, we go through the school, etc. And when I studied in the college, I studied in Tanjavur, and the college chairman was an ardent fan of Shankaramat. And every year, at least 1.5 months, the Shankaracharya used to come and stay in the college. So I used to have a very close interactions, not personally, but listen to their words. So I know their philosophy in and out. So we must understand that if you have high regards to him, of course you must go ahead. But please understand, having high regards to him due to his personality may be different. But whatever a person speaks, if he speaks Vedic truth or not, we must verify. If he does not speak Vedic truth, we must ignore those things. That's what Taittiriya Upanishad Acharya says. The Rishi says, if I say anything against Vedas, he says to his disciples, how dare a statement? See, he says that if I say anything against Vedas, please ignore it. Don't take my words. If I do any action against Vedas, you must ignore me. And whatever things I say as per Vedas, please accept me. So this is the humbleness of Great Acharya. So if you are an ardent fan of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa or Swami Vivekananda or Kanchi Seer or Ramana Maharishi, if the words whatever they have spoken is tallying with Vedas, try to accept it. Whatever is against the Vedas, for example, speaking about idol worship, Kanchi here speaks about every day morning you should recite this shloka, in the night you should recite this shloka. These shlokas are against Vedas. But if you want to recite it, try to validate with Vedas. Is it matching with Vedas? My humble request would be that adopt the truth. Sri Krishna and also Manu Dharma. Manu Bhagavan, I made a video I think 1 week back. Manu Bhagavan says, even at the time of death, you must not leave the dharma, the Vedic dharma. So if you are an ardent fan of some Swamijis, and if it is not tallying with the Vedas, my humble suggestion is don't hate them, but just try to ignore those philosophy, what they are teaching against Vedas. Because when it comes to, my Acharya always says, when God is supreme, nobody else can stand in front of Almighty God. So we must adopt the knowledge of the Vedas of Almighty God. This is the point number 1. And number 2 is, still your mind is not accepting. Like I studied in the school of Shankaracharya school from LKG up to college, university. I am so much fan of him. I cannot accept anything against him. Then we are actually walking against Almighty God. We must have this dareness in our life to adopt the truth. So the questioner, I know the questioner is a very, very good guy, and he has a very high regards to Vedas, and he also has high regards to my Acharya. He always says that your Acharya is extremely nice and then he is thorough in his knowledge, but I have this confusion between him and the other Acharyas. So that's why I wanted to make this video. Maybe many of you have this kind of confusion, especially when it comes to the new Vedanta concept of Swami Vivekananda, especially Swami Vivekananda, not Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, because Ramakrishna Paramahamsa did not really teach the Neo Vedanta, but Swami Vivekananda taught the Neo Vedanta, which is against Vedas. Neo Vedanta has Vedanta Sara. If you see, the entire universe is an appearance. The universe does not exist. The universe is just an appearance, and it is actually Brahman. Just like, in the darkness you see a snake in the rope. Similarly, you see this universe because of your own illusion. The moment you attain the knowledge, you will realize that this universe itself is Parabrahman. In fact, this universe is an appearance. You will see everything is Parabrahman. So this is the concept of Vedanta, which is against Vedas. Vedas speaks about the creation of universe. Vedas says that this universe is created from non-alive matter Prakriti. Prakriti is not created by Almighty God. Prakriti is eternal Swayambhu. Prakriti is eternal, Almighty God is eternal, and Jivatmas are eternal. God creates this universe for us. We are Jivatmas. We are not the bodies. And our body is made from Prakriti. So Vedic concept and the Neo Vedanta concept are completely different. So if you are an ardent fan of Swami Vivekananda, probably my videos might hurt you. I'm sorry for that, but I have never spoken bad about any person in particular, any Swamiji. Of course, I deleted many videos, as I told. Somebody was asking me, can you, I'm not able to find out the videos you made against Swami Sarvapriyananda. I did not make video against him. I just made video against his concept. He is a very nice gentleman, very, very thorough gentleman. So whatever he had explained on Neo Vedanta, I made videos against him. I deleted it because I had a fear that my channel might get blocked because I'm using their videos. So I deleted all the videos. Now you will not find any of the videos of Swami Sarvapriyananda or Vittal Das or many other people. I've deleted everything. So it's your personal choice. My humble suggestion is, when you want to walk the Vedic path, you must have daringness inside you, but don't make the mistake of hurting people. I am seeing this in the Gen Z, the younger person, like a person is 15 years old, a boy. He understands Vedas, he starts Agnihotra, and his mom is asking him to do, you must do Hanuman Puja. He says, no, your Hanuman is false, I will not do this. Don't hurt them. If you hurt your parents, you will be cut off from the Vedic path. Try to be intelligent, try to make them understand. If they are not understanding, try to do both. Try to do the falsity, thinking that it is falsity. Once you start earning money, once you have finished your graduation, you are in your own legs, you are able to understand, then your parents will listen to you. Once they understand your Shraddha, your parents will listen to you. I've seen some people from YouTube who have, my Acharya's website, vedamandir.com, they have come in contact with my Acharya. I have seen their Shraddha. One guy just came 6 months back and he comes so many times to my Acharya's ashram. Silently he does seva, does tapasya at 4 o'clock. He sleeps at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. He's a college guy. And he has started developing such a Shraddha. But his parents are not okay. His mother is okay, father is not okay. But when you exhibit this kind of Shraddha, your parents will understand you slowly. But don't make hate speech against their worship. If you make hate speech against any Swamiji, your father is an ardent follower of Kanchi seer. You speak bad against Kanchi Mat. Of course, he will not allow you to follow Vedic path. So have a kind of intelligence within you. Don't hurt anybody. Just be silent and walk this path. If you are forced to do the idol worship for some time, you cannot say no to your parents. So you try to avoid it. If you cannot avoid, just do it as a formality, and then pray Almighty God daily. He will definitely help you out. So thing is, I do not have anything against any of this, Swami Vivekananda. Yeah, some of the points Swami Vivekananda had written, the complete works of Swami Vivekananda, I don't know if it is written by him or his disciples. He has spoken about eating beef. He has spoken about eating non-veg food, which is, I think, volume 5 or volume 4, I forgot, which is against Vedas. He has told that, the Vedic tradition permits eating beef, which is against Vedas. So some of the statements what he had spoken, I don't know if he has spoken or his disciples, it is against Vedas for sure. And the concept of idol worship is completely against Vedas. We must worship this Almighty God through Vedic Upasana, everyday name jap, everyday Agnihotra, everyday, whenever possible, go to Acharya, serve Acharya. Try to love people, don't hate anybody. try to understand Bhagavad Gita from the Vedic perspective. So these are some of the suggestions I would give you. Then definitely, you will surely come to the Vedic path if you are serious to adopt Vedas in your life. Your confusions will be slowly clarified. Thank you so much, Namaste. Om.